My friends, we have officially tied the most active Atlantic hurricane season ever in 2005 with our 28th named storm of the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. We have Tropical Storm ETA near Central America just below Jamaica today. And also one of the biggest, strongest typhoons ever has struck the Philippines, leaving many, many missing. We still got a ways to go in this 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. That's right, my friends. Welcome back. It is November 1st. We made it. I hope everyone had a good and safe Halloween. It is 10:14 a.m. and we have some stuff to talk about. First, we have another Tropical Storm ETA in Central America. As I said, just below Jamaica. You can see all the action going on down in the southern Caribbean area, or as we call Central America. This is also including the area of Belize, where this thing is actually forecasted to go before possibly making a shot into the Gulf. Yes, this thing may end up in the Gulf of Mexico, another hurricane. And yes, we've already had 5 named hurricanes hit Louisiana, so we don't know exactly where this is going to go. We're not trying to forecast exactly where landfall is going to be. We're trying to understand exactly what's going on with this storm, how strong it's going to get, and where it's going to be over the next couple days. As of right now, as you can see, ETA is just south of Jamaica. You can see Jamaica just behind its name there. And as we scroll over it itself, it is at 40 miles an hour right now. Sustained winds 1,005 millibars in pressure. Now, the reason we think this is going to be a hurricane is because much of the data that we have shows this thing becoming a hurricane by early day Mondays. You can see right here, before it makes a shot west into the coast of Nicaragua and Honduras, you can see right here. So if this does happen, this storm will weaken upon that landfall, of course. That's why we have a lot to watch for this storm. The fact that it shot into a tropical storm fairly quickly means that once it does get back into open water, this thing could be an issue. So as of right now, this is one of those serious paths, bringing it over Nicaragua, Honduras, and then right back into Central America again near Belize, as we said right here. And that's when we need to start watching this thing, whether or not it wants to take a move into the Gulf of Mexico. It's a little early to try to make that prediction based on the spaghetti plots. As you can see, these things have this going all over the place, but the main idea right now is that it's moving in a western direction. You can see with this black line, most of the plots are all very tightly knitted together at that point. And then once landfall happens, if that landfall does happen, some of these plots have this thing hooking back up to the north right before hitting these areas, so we just don't know what's going to happen yet. But again, the fact that it became a tropical storm so quick is what we need to watch out for, because that momentum will carry into this open water, which is still prone, very much so, for cyclone formation. Now, I want you to bear with me when I show you these projection charts. We have the GFS and I have the Canadian model popped up, both of which pretty much show this thing being a total mess, but in the end, it becomes a significant storm that does kind of threaten southern Florida. It could threaten the Gulf. Just take a look at what this storm wants to do. So, over the next few days, we're going to see this thing, as I said, hit in Nicaragua and then kind of pop off into Belize. I will move it forward at that point. According to the GFS, this will enter back into Central America just south of Cuba and Cancun, Mexico on November 6th. So we're already 5 days into the future, so a lot of time to change. But just to give you an idea of what they're expecting as of right now, the GFS shows a shot over Cuba into the Bahama region, then to southern Florida, and then the Gulf. So this is definitely a storm that the National Hurricane Center is watching very closely. And now the Canadian model shows a very similar path, just a little bit less data. It doesn't go as far into the future, but shows us as far as the storm ETA, Hurricane ETA at this time, moving in towards Cuba, the Bahamas, and southern Florida. So take a look at this as I move forward in time. It makes that hit with Nicaragua and Honduras right down here, as you can see, and then pops out by Belize once again, just like the GFS, almost entering into the Pacific Ocean there, which would give it a whole different name, which would be very interesting. And then it pops back out into the water gap almost right between Cuba and Cancun, and then we have a very similar outcome as the GFS. This brings it right over Cuba as we head towards the Bahamas by November 11th. So, with all of that said and all that information, we have all that data, and the fact that we have actually possibility of storms even after ETA. The name after ETA is Theta, and then we have Lota. So, they've actually changed the names and the list on Wikipedia to show those last two names as if they are forecasting those last two storms to be the end of the season. But once again, my friends, look at Wikipedia for the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. 29 total depressions, 28 total storms, record high, tied with 2005. So one more named storm, and 2020 is officially the busiest Atlantic hurricane season we have ever had. And really quick, my friends, I'm going to make a separate video on this, but this was Typhoon Goni that hit the Philippines about 9 hours ago. Devastating typhoon. This thing packing a punch of 140-mile-an-hour sustained winds. They are still assessing the damage. There's still an active storm going on right now. It's actually had making 2 landfalls at this point, but take a look at the shape of this thing. As of the posting of this article, there was at least 10 people missing or at least presumed dead because of this storm. 140-mile sustained winds, guys. That's insane. 225 kilometers an hour. And remember, guys, they just dealt with a huge typhoon, Typhoon Molev, killing 22 people a week ago. If you guys remember, this is actually being compared to Typhoon Tip. It's not as fast as Typhoon Tip, but the actual extensive damage that they're dealing with and the fact that this is still an ongoing storm is very important. So I will be reporting on this as well. My friends, if you have not already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps, and I enjoy putting this content out to you on a daily basis. We're going to be covering winter storms and every other major global event that's going on. The channel is actually going to be more active than ever in the next coming weeks, so if you have not already, please click that bell and you will get every single notification whenever a video comes out from the channel, and I answer pretty much every single comment, so if you have any questions or concerns, please leave them down below. Shout out to Canada. I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone had a great Halloween. It is November 1st. We have 29 more days officially of hurricane season, but that may extend longer. Those are just guidelines. Be safe, my friends. I will be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.